Yeah. When I was talking about these teachers and philosophers and I don't know who, yeah, what this guy was thinking. Actually, what Buddha was thinking, yeah, actually was what this guy was saying, because they were like listening me all the time, they were monitoring me all the time. So what this guy was saying, and they just claim like this is some from the East, some from Buddhism, explaining, of course, because he cannot be like some Luka Klanjscek. He cannot be, Then they would say, "Oh, he was right and we were wrong." We cannot allow that. We cannot allow this that he was right. Yeah. So, and this Casanova or Don Juan, but let me uh, Casanova and Don Juan, and like, for example, why oh, because of this not appreciating of this jealousy, yeah, they were like, why if he's such a, I don't know, some kind of, good man, why uh or maybe why he don't like me, why he like this girl and don't like me. um and um shit um like woman, yeah, woman for, getting clay, yeah. uh if he's such a everything, because of their jealousy, like Don Juan and Casanova, they were like playboys, why were they playboys? Because people didn't allowed that they can having like that they could having like intimate, like having sex with women, yeah. And so they were preventing this, so these guys were like, playboys, because of some jealousy, And what about this Buddha, yeah? Why, if he is so religious, why he don't like me, because they came up with this religion, religion does not exist, they came up so people would be like, praying, ooh la la, oh yeah, we are having deep thoughts, we are we are discovering our world in our minds, you know just because, for example, this Buddha, I don't know, I'm so too much talking about this Buddha, but they are just explaining to some Buddha what he was thinking. Who knows what he was thinking, Well, if they are going after me, what I'm thinking, they ain't gonna like. I won't be like an example what, for this, what I'm thinking, because I noticed some guy how he's cycling his bicycle, and I noticed like, and it crossed my mind, wow. Well, I'm thinking, noticing, thinking, yeah, oh, this guy is maybe having too much different, like, I don't know, position on bicycle, and I'm noticing, wow, tires, and I don't like this and I don't like that, but this is in my mind, when I'm speaking, when I'm talking, when I'm like talking, it's like completely other thing, there are not so many lapses, like when you are in action, yeah, not like, ooh, you see what he's thinking about you, how he look at you, and what how he look at this sign, and this garage, oh, and a bus, oh, he thinks we are having old bus, we have to we have to buy new bus because he's thinking we are too we are having too old bus. It's like, um, mm, and let me explain what Buddha and Jesus were thinking, not what Buddha was saying, because then would be like, you know something else, because Aristotle was saying, Platon was saying, yeah, but Buddha was thinking, yeah. Oh yeah, uh-huh. They are just not, they are jealous. They're just, and that's why I born like this, like, you know, because doctors see you mostly from the nails, finger nails, yeah. So he cannot be from some son from Vojko Klanjscek and Maya Sommer, yeah. He cannot be such a handsome and everything, yeah, because my mother was just a kindergarten teacher, and my father was just some physical worker, yeah, in factory, yeah. So it's like this, and these rich people, who are having everything, yeah, like, yeah, cannot go like with this, that they would see, like, I don't know, some hot stud, like in the middle of Ljubljana, and I was like always for older ladies, yeah, for older this older 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 people, older persons, women, older women, yeah, like they could like sit there on a bench and watching me while I'm playing, when I was 7 or something, because one Rožnik is like Mostec is like some area with playgrounds, and it was always full when we came, and I remember father or mother said they want us to go to Mostec, they want, why, because they want to see him, they want to see you, Luka. And I wasn't realizing, who want to see me, yeah. I wasn't realizing my whole life almost, so this mostas was full of children. They were like baking this meat, cevapcici, pleskavice, cevapcici. They were like two stands, two stands for this making food, yeah. When I grew up, this stand is closed from my, I don't know, 10, 11, 12 years old. This is all closed. Nobody is making food anymore in these stands. Later on, we're just having parties like in the middle of the night, rave, electro parties. And there was a live music, they were dancing, people, it was full, it was crowded, two lines, long lines waiting for this cevapcici, and pleskavica. Um, and and of course, Don Juan and Casanova, yeah, They were like so handsome, in stories they were like so handsome, but they were like playboys. You know what Playboy is doing, why, for what is Playboy magazine, yeah. So yeah, because they didn't allow these guys to having like, their life, like this Jack the Ripper, yeah, from England, like he was raping women, like he raped, I don't know, 1,000 women, they say, how can one guy rape 1,000 women without nobody is noticing? And they would say, yeah, there was no cameras on the street and no telephones and everything. I think back then they knew even better, for for people where they are, especially for daughters, they were taking much care than now, because now it's like, yeah, you have telephone, call me, okay, if something went wrong, is going wrong, call me, yeah, mama, I will call you, or father, daddy, dad, um, you know and it's like because of someone, someone don't want for me to meet women, and my whole life was like in some kind of supervised, supervised, where am I, with who I am, and this, yeah, not not symmetric comes because they didn't put me longeta, you know they didn't put me longeta, they put gips on it, on my leg, 2 times gips on my leg. And while I was growing, yeah, they didn't put longeta, so they could remove longeta, and after, I don't know, 1 week, and put another longeta, or 2 weeks, yeah. No, I received this white gips, yeah. So my leg was like not growing there, when I was like growing the most, Um, um, so my leg, of course, one leg is, I have one leg more. It's like a couple millimeters shorter, yeah. And because of that, it comes like, you feel, it comes on your spine, yeah. And it comes, your spine comes to a jaw, yeah, jar. And that's why I'm like, I'm having like asymmetric jar, yeah, like lips, yeah, yeah, you can see, yeah. But they are trying and trying and trying to explain, and with some I don't know, in Stuttgart, first time I have this from France, from France. I'm having like many this hospital shit, yeah. For one time I was saying like, sometimes I was saying like, I it's something in my eye, and it's very like, I'm not feeling good, I feel pain, yeah. And this doctor was like, please no, like, they don't want to remove this from the eye. And a couple of times I went also, like, I don't know, it's not just this, um, for my ears. Yeah, I'm having something in my ear, and I was like explaining, I don't know, I'm having pain, I'm having water, I'm having stuffed ear. And when they say you are at emergency, I said also like, my son put something in my ear, you know, when I was sleeping. Um so one time I received like this, for the ORL, yeah, ORL for my ear doctor. And I went like in 1 week or something. I had this appointment. I received appointment. And when I came there, you know, like at this day, at this hour, the nurse was like, what is your name? In France, yeah. What is your name? Oh, you are not on the list. You are not on the list. And then I say, yes, I'm having here paper that I'm like scheduled for today, yeah. No, no, no. I think you are for ophthalmology. You are for ophthalmology. You are not for ORL, you know, or something, or ophthalmology. I don't know, something like. Um, and they were like, yeah, they didn't. And in Stuttgart, yeah, in Stuttgart was like first time when I came to the emergency. They sucked me out like, with some vacuum, like a dentist, like you are having for a dentist for the tooth. It was like zzz, vuk, and my earwax and this. And I was like good. And then I stuffed my uh, another ear with my, because she didn't want to. Then we look with cameras, you know, and she didn't want to, um, what I'm having like in one ear. She just showed me one ear, you know. Um, and yeah, and then I did it like I started in Geneva, because in Geneva, like, I was kind of, what can I do, you know. And then I cover my one ear with this sleeping, yeah, so I couldn't hear. And I hear just on one ear. And like, they weren't pleased, you know. They weren't pleased because I was like feeling relaxed. I was like feeling better, you know. Um, and the first night, two couples were in our room. Well, one couple were in our room. Before, never, and later on, I was never sleeping with some woman, you know, in the same room. But only this night in Geneva, there was one couple for the first time after I started covering one of my ear. One Zimmer, yeah, roommate was like shaking my bed, and I was thinking again, one guy who don't let me to fall asleep, you know. And he was actually trying to help me, because they disappear like before 6 o'clock in the morning. They were gone. And yeah, and I felt it like in this year now, you know, in this year, which I before didn't have it, you know, something something inside, yeah. So this ear was not no longer useful if I covered it, you know. It was like the same anx- anxiety, yeah, like, you know, like it was before. Um, so in Stuttgart, yeah, they removed me. I was in France for 3 months or 4 months, but in Stuttgart they removed me like from 1 year. This from Geneva, yeah. They removed me. Um, and I was like, wow, really? Okay. And then I again covered this ear, and I felt better at the same time. But the first night, when I slept in some hall in some block, small block, they did it again, and I felt it like again, like something. It is my ear again, and yeah, that's it. Not Buddha was thinking, because I was explaining in some video before. Let me teach you what was Buddha thinking. No, no, no. Let me teach you, yeah, what was Buddha thinking. But he was actually listening, being wired, watching what I'm doing, how am I approaching, how am I introducing to a people, to a woman, to a people, to everywhere, how am I handling. So these guys copy, 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 and paste, 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 yeah. And yeah, and they are so seriously explaining, her, to his partner, yeah, uh, or to her, like, that's why, and this is why. No, forget about this. This is not important. I'm telling you something different. This is like because la 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 blah 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 blah. That's why. Listen, no, listen to me. So, and if they were, so right, they would put me on a stand, you know, I don't know, or I don't know what. They will communicate with me, not with people who are not with me, yeah. When I'm not around, yeah. They, they will explaining when I'm around, and that's the main flaws, that, like, they are explaining about some person who is not present. How 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 can you be so how come that you are so I don't know, I don't know the word, righteous or convincing, um, about one person. It's like, it's like in some kindergarten, or in some elementary school, or in some high school, or in some college. Yeah, hey, I don't like him. Don't socialize with him, okay? Why? He's strange. He's weirdo. Oh yeah. Okay, okay. I will not. Just because of some rumors, like, and talking about some person, like, what he feels, what it suits to these persons, to these people. They don't like, because these older women, yeah, are not appreciating, especially older women, yeah, and women, like moms, like 40 years old or something, they are looking like this, and started like it's like this tramway speaker when I was explaining, yeah, one time uh, when I start a little talk with some passenger, which she was a woman, and we were like quite freely making a little talk, small talk, and like on the stop. I think the first stop, this speaker didn't even pronounce the stop we are. But then when she left or something, she was like in her voice, it was like something, ooh, jealous thing. He's talking to some woman. He talked with some woman. How do I sleep at night? Like, I don't know. She don't have a husband. I don't know. She don't have children. I don't know. She don't have family. I don't know. It's like all around this.